Hi everyone and welcome back. So let's start our Nextjs journey. So as I promised, we are going to first talk about the React latest features. So what I'm going to do, it's not like I'm going to build a CSR application, client-side rendered React app. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this Nextjs setup, and here only inside a client-side components, we are going to play with the React latest features. So we already have this code already bootstrapped. I mean, you can use the either app router or a page-based router. What we will do is we will take an opportunity to write the client-side components in this code and try to understand some of the latest changes which happened around the React.js, because Next.js is nothing but built on top of React, which is providing a full stack capabilities, because now can write a server-side components and can do data fetching, insert, update, delete, and external integrations from the server-side components. So there are lots of new feature has been introduced in React.js. Let's talk about them one by one. And for now, we are going to use app-based routing mechanism. So it's not like I'm going to talk about the Next.js features. Let's stick to one page, and there we play with all the React.js features. So quickly, I will set up a simple application that we'll call it is a baseline. Okay, I'm going to use everything. Source directory, yes. So here we are going to play with this particular components. So this is a server-side page, and you can see inside a source app when I try to run this application. You need to make sure that you are using the latest version, maybe 20 or greater than 16.x. So this is our page when I'm running it on the localhost port 3000. And it is saying get started by editing this page. Okay, sure, we will do. So now we need to understand what is the client-side component. Okay, Next.js is server-side, but it doesn't prevent you from writing a plain and simple React components. But the only thing is you just need to declare them at the client only. So Next.js renders them the way we render any React components in a client-side rendered application. And there we can play with all these features. So this is how we can play with this. So this is the server component, and what I can do is I can create the component folder, and here I can just create the client-side pages. And I can play with the React on all these components. I can use hooks, I can use state management, all the concepts which you wanted to use in the client-side pages. You can do all those things here. So the first feature which I'm talking about is automating batching. Okay, it was like not a new feature, it was there in the React 18. So let's say if you're writing a simple component, and in the handler, in this button click, I'm doing lots of set count, set alert, maybe here I have another method is, let's say, counter, and here you are doing set counter, right? So you are actually doing lots of state changes. Here use state initialized with, let's say, 1, and here you are doing set count instead of set counter equal to. So here you see the 3 different use state statement, right? And here it can be simple counter plus 1, and you just show it. So what do you see here? Set count, set alert, set counter. You're actually doing 3 different updates. So what React has done is he has done batching of these updates. So it is not going to re-render just after this. React re-renders once at the end of that handler. That's giving just an advantage, because once all the update has happened in the state, the reconciliation will get triggered only after that. No point of doing a re-render just after doing this, because you need to do it again, instead of doing this is just a batching these updates and do it only once. This is really because it avoids the unnecessary re-rendering of the component either in the CSR or SSR. This is like a React batch process, and this is how it really works, and this is really one of the awesome features, right? Without doing this earlier, it was actually re-rendering it every time whenever you are updating the state. But here also there are some exceptions. This exception is something like this. So let's say you're not just doing a set state with the synchronous execution, you are actually using fetch. I mean, fetch we cannot use at the Next.js. It can be simple exeos. We'll need to import it. So here we are actually waiting for one asynchronous task to be over. Then in that case, it will re-render just after doing this and re-render just after doing this. It's not going to wait until this whole handler function executes and then re-render. So this is just an exception. of how we are doing batching. So this is one of the feature, and this is improving the performance of the React overall. And this is how we can play with all these examples which are being rendered. So what we are doing is, this is server side page and we are rendering a client side page using this. So with this we can just play with all the examples.